Hi folks, this is Steve, the Cardboard Cultist, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Mysterium, a 2 to 7 player cooperative game where one player takes on the role of a murdered ghost and the other players take on the role of mediums or psychic investigators trying to uncover the murderer. The ghost will be guiding the mediums through visions, and these are represented by cards being handed out throughout the game. The mediums must first identify a suspect, followed by a location, and finally a weapon. If you'd like to try to play along, feel free to pause the video at any time and try and decipher some of these visions. So the yellow player, in the bottom left hand corner of your screen, correctly guessed the magician from a vision card containing doves and a spurious link to a magic wand, so they'll now move on to the location. Meanwhile, purple, in the bottom right hand corner, and blue are still trying to identify a person. Now the ghost is always doing their best to lead the mediums to the correct card, but with only 7 vision cards in hand, sometimes it can be really tricky. Now I was playing the ghost in this game, and I felt fairly confident with the visions that I was giving to the purple player, and second time of asking, they managed to guess correctly with the policeman. Meanwhile, the blue player also guessed correctly, and now all players are searching for a location. Now it's perfectly legitimate for the ghost to hand out more than one vision card to a single medium. As the ghost, however, I just wasn't finding enough synergy between the visions, and I was more than happy to just go with one vision at a time. There are plenty of times in Mysterium where vision cards will share a similar theme, and it's great when you can hand these cards off to a single medium and have them hone in on a shared colour or theme across all of the cards. But it's also really nice to just give them one card to focus on, and a lot of the times it just depends what the ghost has available to them. Going back to the game, yellow and blue are doing just fine, but the purple player is really struggling. Their first guess was the bathroom, and having only the fountain vision to go on, I thought that was a fine guess. Unfortunately, his second guess was also wrong, and at this point he was really struggling. With only 2 available locations, he finally guesses correctly. Were you guys watching able to follow the logic of the visions, or were you struggling as much as the purple player? With a quick and successful guess at the weapon, the purple player completes his suspect chain, and we move to the end game. And this is where the ghost turns suspect into culprit. One of these characters is the murderer, and the ghost has one more opportunity to share vision cards and hopefully lead our psychic investigators to the culprit. So here's a closer look at the ghost's final visions. So what do you think? Do you think our psychic investigators will guess correctly? So as some of you may have already guessed, the murderer was of course the magician. Both the yellow and purple player found the murderer, and our ghost can rest peacefully. Hopefully you enjoyed this playthrough and it's given you some idea of how the game plays. But until next time, take care and have fun.